Hello, class. I wanted to quickly go over a little bit about our final project and show you some examples and just give you some quick information about it. So let me show you some images quickly. And basically the theme of the final drawing is going to be, it's going to be a film noir drawing. And what we're going to do is create a toned ground charcoal drawing. And the idea is it's going to be in the style of something called film noir, which was a cinematic style from the 1940s, generally around suspense films. And the term film noir actually basically means dark film. And it's used because the movies were considered to be very visually dark, very low key in that end. So they were very, mysterious looking and looked very, visually beautiful actually, because they had such stark range between dark and light. And that's why this type of theme lends itself really to the type of charcoal drawing that we're going to be doing. So you'll notice in these images I'm showing you, they're all very much dominated by the dark end of the spectrum of the value range. And there's the subjects are very much spot lit, and there's sort of a use of raking light that picks up all the actual flaws in the buildings and the characters and makes them look really interesting, and is a great contrast to the sort of dark surroundings that they're in. And these movies were also pretty much usually about petty criminals and crime and people entangled in those types of situations. So the heavy sort of dark black and white really lent to that sense of suspense or even dread and tension that a lot of them have. They also used very interesting points of view, as you can see in these images. So apart from the really beautiful value ranges dominated by the dark values, they also had creative and really interesting ways of points of view. And I go in a little bit more about that in the canvas pages. And you can see here, they're very much about the drama, almost theatrical drama of the characters or even the objects in the film, so that it creates a highly dramatic sensibility. So with these drawings, what I'm going to want you to do is to take pictures that you're going to use as a source for the drawing. And basically, you're already used to doing this with setting up the still lifes that you've been doing over the semester. So you have a good start for planning these drawings. With this, though, I would like you to find a way to exaggerate the drama of them. And you can see in this image, next couple of images I'm showing you, these are very much simple simple rooms with light used to sort of very creatively exaggerate the drama of it. Or even in this case, even a daytime scene in this heavily shuttered room can be very, very dramatic. So basically what you're going to be doing is taking some photos and using those as a source for these drawings. And there's more detail in the canvas about the specifics of that. But I also wanted to quickly show you some examples of some previous student work. And what these students did was, and for these drawings, it can be, you have actually a good range of things that you can do. They can be more object-based, or you can put yourself or a friend or family member in the drawing as well. But it really is light is the thing that's animating these drawings. In the student drawing on the left, it's the light is actually coming, he staged it so the light was sort of coming in from upstairs and raking over the staircase. And in the student on the right, he did a really beautiful job of backlighting himself against, basically, I think it was just a bathroom light that he manipulated in a digital program so that it was even more contrasty. Or this student just went to near his house. There was sort of a public works project, and he sort of climbed in on one of those ladders and had his friend photograph up at him, which creates this really great view. And he also did a really beautiful job on the texture on the walls with the graffiti. Since lighting is such a dramatic part of this drawing, this student used, basically he had a flashlight that his friend held in the back of his car. And that is an alien mask that his friend has on. So he did a really creative job in basically composing this drawing using essentially a flashlight, I believe, or it might have even been his camera phone in the back seat. So these can also be, you know, still life focused. So simple objects, particularly in film noir, can have deep meaning. The way they're arranged all has meanings. The student on the right, just a simple sort of holding her hand up in front of the light. And on the left, the light is just a simple table lamp with a memento. So there is a wide range, as I was saying, going from a relatively straightforward still life to a very ambitious staged event, such as the motorcycle accident on the left, or this really lovely drawing that the student composed of her friend sitting under a street lamp. So it can also be an outside drawing using, you know, available light that you have. So what I would like you to do is go and review the material. You know, we have a few weeks. You know, I want to, you know, we'll all have a holiday coming up. So what I would like you guys to do is before, you know, we start the holiday, there's a deadline for a basically just to have taken some pictures and having done a preparatory sketch so that you have a couple weeks, you know, right after Thanksgiving, with which you can really focus on this drawing. And also there's a final, this is the final drawing, but sort of part of it is, the first part is basically taking the pictures and submitting them. The second biggest part is making the drawing. And then the third last leg of it is to participate in our group critique, which will be a discussion that I'll post. Basically, you can do any time during the last week, which I have the dates up on the canvas. And it's just a matter of, I will actually post your drawings. And then I'd like you just so that everyone's seen what we've all done and you can experience and participate and make comments. So that is sort of the last part of it. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and, you know, please email me any questions you have, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can.